I'm going to explain how to use Seesaw, which is an online learning platform that we are using due to remote learning. This is the initial page the children will be presented with when they log in. They log in using their home learning codes, which gives them a QR code, or they can type in the code underneath. This is a journal page that's private to the pupils and their teachers, so they can't see the work of their classmates. It's simply limited to the work that they have completed themselves. As you can see, there's a previous example of work here, and you can see that underneath, the teacher has commented back. The pupil can also press the comment button and respond to their teacher. If, like this one, it says, "Can you finish another questions?" the pupils can directly edit this piece of work. They do this by clicking the 3 dots and up to copy and edit. This then loads the work for them, and they can use the tools to complete their work. They can use the text box tool, they can use audio to record themselves, they can use the webcam or camera on their device in order to take a picture of anything that they may have done, and they can use these at the bottom, which allows them to annotate directly onto the screen. Once they've done that, you simply click the green tick, which then sends the piece of work back to the teacher. All work is approved by the teacher before it then reappears on the journal, and that gives the teacher a chance to have a look at the work and add any additional comments that may be needed. The pupils can also add work that hasn't been assigned to them by using the Add button. This loads some editing choices that are very similar to the previous. So they can use the camera, they can draw, they can add a video, they can upload work that may be on their device, or they can type directly using the notes. The notes function is very handy for things such as literacy work or work that consists of the children doing a lot of typing, as it keeps it nice and consistent. They can also have the option of going back and choosing other things, so they can do their drawings, which gives the same options as the previous one. And again, it's just using the green tick button in order to upload that to their work. And as you can see, again, that is waiting for the teacher's approval. When the teachers have assigned children work, that is displayed within the activities. So as you can see, there is an activity here that is waiting for the pupils to respond to. This is where the pupils will find their Zoom links for their sessions that they are going to be completing with the teachers. So if I click on here, it will load it so that you can click directly onto the Zoom link, which also includes a meeting ID and passcode in case for any reason this Zoom link does not work. It's worth noting there that the children need to make sure that their audio is turned on, and also that they've got a name that is appropriate so that the teacher knows who it is that's entering the Zoom meeting. You can also see the PowerPoint or any additional help that may have been uploaded by the teacher. For the children to respond to their work, they simply click on Add Response. This then brings the work up that the teacher would like them to complete. If there's more than one page, it will be shown at the side here, and the children can also use the enlarging tool to zoom in on their work if they're having any struggles with reading the work that's been put up. The same tools are available, so they can use the text box, they can record, take images, and use the annotating tools along the bottom of the screen in order to respond to the teacher. When they are happy with their work and it's completed, it's the same process of pressing the green tick. This will then send it to the teacher and wait for that to be approved. If in the meantime they realise that they want to add something to it, they can simply comment at the bottom using that function, or again using the copy and edit tool. This lets them edit their work as many times as needed until they are happy with the finished product. And it's just the same repetition of using the green tick in order to make it accessible for the teacher. When the teacher has commented, it will be displayed underneath the work, but the children can also access this through going on Inbox and Notifications. This will give you a list of the work and the comments that the teacher has responded with.
Hi there, we're just going to look over a few of the features that will be used from a pupil's perspective over Zoom, and we'll look at some of the things that your child may be asked to do while they're on the Zoom call by the teacher. So when you join the Zoom call, it's really important that we've got our videos on. We also need to be sure to connect to the computer audio. So when that pops up, you need to click Join with Computer Audio. You can see that the box is in the bottom left-hand corner for this. So join audio, and we just need to make sure we're fully connected so we can hear everything that's on there. Now, it may be that the teacher asks your pupil to use the chat box to respond to an answer or to ask a question. Now, when you are doing this, you need to be on chat, and this will open up the chat box to the right. Here you can see it's set as to everyone, but there might be some circumstances where the teacher asks you to directly message them, perhaps with an answer, or if there's extra questions that need to be asked. Now, you can also make use of the reactions tool, which is again along the bottom panel. Again, it could be that your teacher asks the pupil to raise their hand, which again can be shown with this little emoji here. Now, during the lesson, the teacher will be sharing screens, and there are ways we can interact with that as pupils. So as you can see, it now says you are viewing teacher's screen, and with that, it opens up another box of options here. Now, as you can see, it gives you the option to annotate. Now, the annotate function is very useful. From these options, this is the only one of those that the pupil will have to use. Now, once you've clicked annotate, it will open up this toolbar here. Again, that gives you the option to use text, and it gives you the option to draw and stamp. As you can see on the next screen, we've used the text box. There may be situations where the teacher wants a child to type directly onto the screen, so this is fantastic for that. We then have an option to use the highlighter tool, like so, or the pen tool. There are different shapes that can be used. So again, you've got these options should your child need to use them. Obviously, it's only going to be needed if the teacher asks the pupil to. Again, you can see some examples of how we've used different annotations here. I hope this has been useful and clears up any of the issues that we might have with Zoom. Any further questions, please do get in touch.